everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Stepfon, and today we're celebrating and talking about two beautiful, wonderful, influential, amazing, and breathtaking, gorgeous beauties and queens on a special day, Miss Sade and Aaliyah. These queens and their contributions to music is so valuable, important, and special. Growing up, I love Sade and Aaliyah. These queens were my two major childhood celebrity crushes. Sade's 63 years on this earth can be characterized by her unapologetic embrace of her own style and by her far-reach talent. From early on in her music career, Sade took control of her own destiny, stepping out of the shadows of the band prior to start her own, taking multiple breaks whenever she felt it was necessary, like the decade years after her first child was born, and putting music out way ahead of her time. Her unique voice is instantly recognizable. Sade releases albums whenever she's ready and still has that same beautiful musical effect on fans. Her identity as a maverick has made her contributions to neo-soul undeniable, incorporating elements of soul, pop, and jazz in ways that had never been done before. When the late singer Aaliyah noted she admires Sade because she stayed true to herself no matter what. She is an amazing artist, an amazing performer, and I absolutely love her. That's major respect, appreciation, and acknowledgement. Here's two clips where Aaliyah is discussing her love and appreciation for Sade.
I totally looked up to Sade. I thought she was absolutely amazing as far as music was concerned. Loved her style, her grace. She was just everything to me as far as a music artist was concerned. I'm choosing her because I idolize her. I've always looked up to her. She and I have the same birthday, January 16th, so I feel like she's my soul sister. My favorite song of hers is It a Crime, which isn't on this album, but what I love about Sade is she stays true to her style, no matter what. She can leave us for 8 years and come back and still be absolutely mind-blowing, and you've got to respect her for that. She's an amazing artist, an amazing performer. She just gets on stage and she puts it down. She doesn't need a whole bunch of extras, a whole bunch of frills. She's just a beautiful woman who can perform her butt off, and I absolutely love her.
Not too many people who take long breaks from music and still come back, and the music is A1. Sade remains the most successful, lucrative artist of the 4 past decades. She's sold over 50 million records worldwide, with 5 of her 6 studio albums certified 3 times or more platinum in the US. But in this unbothered life, free of celebrity, which took years of construction, and this is makes Sade right of a modern icon. From the beginning, she made it clear that there wouldn't be no industry meddling, no distractions on the effortless, glowful-free authenticity her band displayed. This is instant to say that Sade is the living embodiment of self-assertion, but there's few acts of her generation, gender, who gives away so little. And unlike pop phenomena that comes and goes, Sade's legacy stays perfectly intact. Her point-blank refusal to compromise, However, is the real sticking point. When labels wanted to meddle, and when the press were thirsty for answers, and even when fans were begging for new material, she stood firm. She's one of those rare artists that I completely fell in love with, because she came in just the way she is now. She ignored fads, fashions, anything that might steer her off course. And that's why she's proven to be a role model for so others. She has just all the staples of being a successful artist, along with her band of the same name, securing multiple Grammys, a platinum certification on each album to date. Her international appeal, paired with a unique musical style, has kept Sade the most successful British singer singer since her debut in the early 80s. On January 16th, 1959, a beautiful Nigerian British queen and treasure was born in Nigeria and raised in England from the age of 4. She studied at the St. Martin School of Arts in London and gained recognition as a fashion designer and a part-time model prior joining the band Pride in the early 80s as a backup vocalist. In 1983, she split from the group with guitar and saxophonist Stuart Matthew Mann, Paul Anthony Cook, and Paul Denman to form their own band of the same name as Sade. When they signed with Epic Records, where they released their debut album Diamond Life on July 16, 1984, it featured the timeless hits like Your Love Is King, Smooth Operator, and Hang On To Your Love. It was a multi-platinum and commercial success, becoming one of the most top-selling debut recordings of the 80s and the best-selling debut ever by a British female vocalist. The success continues with her sophomore album Promise on July 4th, 1984, that featured the classics Never As Good As the First Time, Is It a Crime, and one of my all-time favorites, The Sweetest Taboo. Then the third album, Stronger Than Pride, dropped on April 5th, 1988. The album featured classics like Nothing Can Come Between Us, Love Is Stronger Than Pride, and Paradise, which is my second Sade favorite of all time. After a 4-year hiatus, she came back stronger than ever with Love Deluxe on October 26, 1992, where the album featured hit classics like No Ordinary Love, Feel No Pain, Kiss of Life, and Cherish the Day. Then the Greatest Hits album took 6 years until Lovers Drop on November 13, 2000, that featured By Your Side. Her sixth album, Soldier of Love, dropped on February 5th, 2010, after a 10-year hiatus that featured the hit single Soldier of Love. Perhaps Sade's most important lesson is her realization that being yourself is the best authentic and default position you can be. Because of her, we feel inspired to to be success as our success, and without having to change into somebody we're not. She continues to inspire younger generations with her delicate switch on soulful ballads. Her identity will forever be her deep, husky vocals, her tendency to perform barefoot, and straying from whatever's in fashion to create her own path. Thank you so much for everything, and happy birthday. 20 years later, after the birth of Sade, another legend was born. The late great Aaliyah, which we all call Baby Girl. Born on January 16, 1979 in Brooklyn, New York to Diane and the late Michael Harrington. Her name is the feminine form of the Arabic Ali, meaning of the most highest, the excel one, and the best. The singer was highly fond of a name, calling it beautiful, and she was very proud of it, and vowed to live up to her name every day. Aaliyah Dana Harrington was destined for greatness. Her family moved to Detroit when she was 5, singing with her mother, soon turned into voice lessons at the age of 9, which later would be used as she performed at weddings, churches, and school productions. Her passion for music truly blossomed when she found her love in acting in elementary school. She first gained recognition at the age of 10 when she appeared on the television show Star Search. Even though she didn't win, she didn't let that stop her from achieving the big picture. The hip-hop princess will go on to sing for her aunt Gladys Knight in Las Vegas that same year. At the age of 12, she signed to Jive Records. By day, she was a normal teenage girl roaming the halls of Detroit Performing Arts High School as a dance major. At night, she was a superstar, living her dreams on the Billboard Hot 100 with her first hit single, Back and Forth. At the age of 14, she released her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, which was released in 1994. It was an instant success. The first single, Back and Forth, was a top 5 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 and a number 1 R&B song. The follow-up single, a remake of the Isley Brothers, At Your Best, You Are Love, reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The exceptions of her music inspire other female teenage singers to follow in her footsteps. Her taste in fashion still influence her fans and other artists. Teen Vogue once wrote, Aaliyah set the prototype for young female artists of the 90s. Her trademark baggy pants and oversized shirts simply reflect the sense of style she developed as a child. Then she teamed up with legendary producer Timbaland and songwriting extraordinaire Missy Elliott for her sophomore 1996 release, One in a Million, which had hits like If Your Girl Knew and 4-Page Letter. This album really changed Aaliyah's career into different heights. Her relationship with the two will grow into some of her closest friendship and birth some of her greatest hits. At the time, they were all young and building their own categories together. Aaliyah's projects launched Missy's and Timbaland's career. During that time, she also began to solidify her status as a fashion icon. In the beginning of her career, she was known for her baggy jeans and black bandanas. She started showing more of her sexy side. She became the queen of abs and crop tops. She didn't shy away from tight, silky, red carpet looks. By tapping into her femininity, she was able to unlock a whole new identity, transforming from America's top favorite tomboy to a grown woman. She attended Detroit School for the Fine and Performing Arts, where she maintained a perfect 4.0 grade average when graduating from high school in '97. Felt that education was important. She saw fit to keep up her grades despite the pressures and the time constraints brought on her during the early parts of her career. She labeled herself as a perfectionist and recalled always being a good student. She officially cemented her spot to superstardom before she even graduated high school. In 1998, she performed Journey to the Past at the Academy Awards, a song she recorded for the Anastasia soundtrack, which was nominated for Best Song. She was the youngest person to ever do so at that time. That was the same year she released Are You That Somebody, an infectious bop produced by none other than the Beat King himself, Timbaland. Transitioning back to her roots, she landed her first major film role in 2000 as Trish in Romeo Must Die. The film was a huge success in the box office. The 19-year-old also exclusively produced the motion picture soundtrack, which bred her biggest hit record, Try Again, which gave her 2 MTV and Music Awards. The song topped at the Billboard 100 Hot 100 solely on airplay, making Aaliyah the first artist in Billboard history to achieve that goal. It also housed my favorite record, Back in One Piece, featuring DMX. She also went to become Akeisha and Queen of the Dam in 2001. From there, she landed numerous roles in films such as The Matrix, Honey, and Sparkle. Unfortunately, she was never able to finish production on those films. Aaliyah's incredible work ethic reflected in her work. In 2001, she managed to release an album in between filming. Aaliyah debuted at number 2 on the U.S. charts and sold over 2.4 million albums worldwide, with favorites like More Than a Woman, We Need a Resolution, and Rock the Boat. This is arguably her best album, but unfortunately, this would be her last living release, her last imprint on the world. Then tragedy struck on August 25th, 2001. She was killed in a fatal plane crash coming from filming her video for Rock the Boat in the Bahamas. Over 800 people came to her funeral in New York City, and another 300 attended her public memorial. A few of them featured in the music video for Aaliyah I Miss You, released on her posthumous album I Care For You in remembrance of our beloved baby girl in 2003. Aaliyah always been incredible, beautiful to me. She was bright, that beautiful energy that I have not seen since. She was caring, compassionate, fun, loving, and every other adjective used to describe an angel on earth. From her fashion sense to her overall personality, she was unapologetically her. And it was undeniable that Aaliyah would have been the greatest stars in music history. In her short career, she had already had such great achievements under her belt in both music and film. She was on her way to becoming an even bigger star before her untimely death. We can only imagine what she could have done if she had more time on this earth. She will always be remembered as hip hop's princess forever in our hearts. She was that kind of artist. Her presence still felt after 2 decades of her untimely passing. Her influence has weathered multiple musical eras and countless trends. Her sexy tomboy style influenced many women during her time on earth up until now. In her precious 22 years, she achieved more than many do in several lifetimes. She was had been credited for helping define contemporary R&B, pop, and hip hop, earning her the nicknames Princess of R&B and the Queen of Urban Pop. There's no special words to who we love, appreciate, acknowledge, and miss baby girl so much. We owe her chill vibe to her. People were so used to artists belting things out. She brought a new vocaling style that wasn't represented in R&B. Not everything has to be up-tempo. She was a positive role model for young girls growing up wanting to be like her. She had a heart of gold and always carried herself full of beauty, class, and grace. Today, as we celebrate Aaliyah's birthday, always remember to keep her beautiful memory and legacy alive. Before I end this tribute, I want to thank Sade and Aaliyah for everything they did to become worldwide multi-talented icons and amazing R&B treasures and queens of the game. Multiple flowers given to them. Thank you for joining me on this celebration, and please come back for more. Don't forget to please like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video and my channel. Happy birthday, Sade and Aaliyah. We love you both, and continue resting in paradise, baby girl. We love and miss you so much. Stay safe and blessed. God bless. Peace.